Is everyone ready?
Ready.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't prep you on this. I'm gonna be playing with this. Is this feel like I'm going from one end to the other? Like I'm missing the mic?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful, because that's the gimmick. Come on, Dad. Won't you please teach me?
Not now, son. I'm busy with all this work.
Oh, okay then. Sorry, Dad.
All right, now, Hank, the boy will never learn if you don't teach him.
Okay, fine. Come on, boy. Okay, so the trick to podcasting is you got to talk right into the mic.
Like this?
No, you're doing it all wrong.
Come on, Dad. I'm trying my hardest.
No, try it like this. Here.
Ow, my eyes!
How'd you poke both your eyes with the mic?
Ah! You've just logged into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
Please stop.
Yeah.
This is Peterson. I feel like people are going to blame this on my editing. So, sorry, Jenna, you got to introduce yourself too.
It stole my thunder, guys.
I'm sorry.
The heck?
And
I'm
Jenna's
Jenna.
here.
Yeah, whatever.
So sorry. You want to try again?
No, I
No.
don't, JD.
We
They're going to blame
wasted-
this on me.
We wasted a good intro on you. Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. All right. The news. The news this week. It is being sponsored and brought to you by Crave Cookies. Crave Cookies is this great little cookie shop here in Utah. And actually, I will read. I'm going to start doing this because Trent has gone out of his way to update the locations, his location list
It's getting
on
big.
his website. And okay, let's see.
Get 'em.
Midvale, Utah, Sandy, Utah, Draper, Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, West Valley, Utah, Harriman, Utah, Bountiful, Riverdale, Foothill, Utah, American Fork, Utah, Provo, Utah. Oh, those are all just near me. I don't know if I can read them all anymore. Let's just do this way. Show all locations. Okay. We've got I can't do this. I can't.
Arizona.
I mean, just from
Tennessee,
eyeballing it in the
Florida.
states they're in, we've got Washington. Oh God.
Is he going in Washington?
Yeah, dude, Spokane.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That one
Yeah,
he just did under the radar.
Washington, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Illinois, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Tennessee,
I swear I didn't even
Ohio,
notice. No, he opened
West
half of these.
Virginia.
I didn't know about Texas or Oklahoma. Dang, Trent's been busy.
Dude, this is wild. Yeah,
Well-
that's crazy. So anyway, long story short, Trent's everywhere. And so are his cookies. So go to cravecookies.com and see if there is a location near you, which I can almost guarantee you if there isn't, there will be one soon. And while you're there, check out the cookies of the week. And if you're wondering to yourself, well, if these are the cookies this week, what are the cookies next week? I got you covered. I read your mind. I hacked into the
I was
mainframe.
thinking that.
And I figured out what the new cookies are going to be next week. Coming up on the Crave cookie calendar next week is the Parent Trap, which is an Oreo and peanut butter jam. Pumpkin s'moreo. Ooh. Caramel apple pie. Brookie. Butterfinger cheesecake. Hot damn. Damn.
The caramel apple pie one, I really, really love. That's a great one.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The frosting on it or whatever it is amazing. All right, so get on down to Crave Cookies or go to cravecookies.com and get your cookie on. There's a bunch of layoffs everywhere in the gaming industry. And
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
talk
Well, I
about
don't know
them.
what happened this week.
Yeah,
But
the whole
got
industry
hot.
decided this is it. This is we're going into
Oh,
Q4. We want things to be clean on balance sheets.
clean slate for Q1, I guess. I don't know.
We're gonna can. The theme here is we're gonna shit can all of our QA departments. So anyone looking to hire QA right now really has their pick of the litter. And as a bonus, these people are used to being mistreated and laid off. So great hires.
They're going to be great for you.
They're prepped for
Yeah.
you. First up here is we're going to do layoffs, and then there's 2 studios that were full on shut down. So we'll do those last. Actually, let's do those first.
Oh, we want to start with the saddest
We're going to
one?
start with the saddest one. This is the saddest thing. You saw this thing I sent you, right?
Yeah, JD sent this to me, and it is legitimately sad.
Haunting. Yeah, I hated this. Puny Human. This is a small studio. It launched in 2007, and they made it up to 20 full-time employees before they were, unfortunately closed here. Jenna, I'm sending you the link to this so you can look at it. It's on Discord as well. But they posted this link that they have shut down the studio because, quote, client refused previously agreed upon payments, which deprived us of the cash flow to fully pitch our in-progress title and triggered successive failures in our operating income. Sounds like, I think this seems not too unfamiliar in the world of indie gaming studios that they would be kind of right on that razor's edge of profitability or even just the company staying solvent. And then this one was just all it took was one shitty client not paying their invoice, and that was it. And it just sent them out. But the thing that I was telling you guys, I was talking about, referring to, that I was telling Peterson and Jenna about, oh man, this guy posts I assume the founder and CEO posts a picture of him standing in the office, their offices that have been gutted and cleaned out. Just
gutted all alone.
Wires hanging there. It, as someone that doesn't like things, I didn't even like if you've ever been in an office where you move from like one floor to the other, you clear out one space, that bums me out. This haunted me. This image made me so sad looking at it. This guy surrounded by 16 years of memories in this studio and people whose lives were, intimately entangled with his own. And everything just goes tits up in a matter of 2-3 months. And it's out of his control. And God, that one made me sad.
Yeah.
They kind of looked like they did outsourcing kind of work. So you want this game ported from this to the other. They had made their own games, some of which were pretty big and popular. Not pretty big. They were pretty niche, but they had a popular kind of crowd.
Like you've heard of some of them, like Callisto Protocol, they were in on.
Yeah, they got in and worked on a few big games, and so they had chops, and whole studio just shuttered because when you're doing that type of work, you're kind of working contract to contract. It sounded like the CEO was flying all over the world trying to find them work to do, and it just didn't work. The other one,
this one's sad. It's not like they shut down because of poor business decisions. They just shut down because of external factors, which is rough, man.
They had qualified, talented employees ready to work, ready to make games, and couldn't find the work. Another one is Dang with an exclamation point. This one, I wasn't able to find a ton on the studio, but they were said in this announcement, quote, unfortunately, we were not able to find funding for our next game, and we are out of money. Posted this as a screenshot of a notepad on Twitter, which I found kind of funny. So those were the shutdowns, a couple indie studios. Closing up shot, and then over to the layoffs. This is all, by the way, in the last week or two. This is since the last, none of these were on our radar.
We didn't miss them.
None of this was stuff we missed last week. This is all fresh. We're not saving any of these. This is just fucking banging out one after the other last week. The first layoff here is Team 17. These were layoffs across the business with deep cuts to QA as they, quote, consider restructuring teams.
Yeah, who needs quality in electronic software? We don't need it.
Yeah, QA generally, Jenny, because you worked in that kind of area, you can just ditch it and pray for the best, right? You're like, if we program perfectly and make no mistakes, we don't need QA. Isn't that the idea?
If you have first time quality,
QA actually is the problem. So
because they bring up all the problems.
They bring up all the problems, make the product look bad, right? So if the product is looking bad, it's not because of the engineering or any mistakes in the code. It's just because QA is just being a bummer,
If it wasn't for QA, I wouldn't have this laundry list of bugs here. Like, I wouldn't. QA is the reason that we have all these bugs, right?
And bugs have never hurt anyone, okay? Like, bugs are friendly, and they don't cause any damage to anybody ever.
We'll take care of them in production. It's fine.
So, yeah, people should accept bugs more. And so I think it is another good reason to get rid of QAs, because there's a lot of discrimination against bugs. So,
you know who needs more QA? Rare. Because I've been playing Sea of Thieves, and we come across new bugs constantly. In fact, last night, this is a water-based game. I had a bug all night where if I got into the water, even if there's water in the bottom of my boat, if I got wet, I would slowly just start dying. My health bar would just start ticking away. Nothing I could do about it. I would just die.
Wearing your witch skin?
Yeah, you're the wicked
That's what
witch
we were
of the
saying.
West.
You're like, I'm a witch? Like, what is... And
it's Halloween. That's the Halloween thing.
Maybe
it's just a mod. It's just...
Maybe they're
seasonal event.
Because I did just change my character to a female, just barely. So, yeah. I don't know.
Being a woman does lower your stats in general. So
you just die. Sometimes you just start dying.
Every time you pick up a doubloon, you only pick up 7/10 of a doubloon, and you're like, "What the fuck?
Why do I have decimal point after my gold?
What the hell?
A piece of gold.
I only get 70 pieces of gold to your 100? That doesn't make any sense at all."
Oh, Adam Mills in the chat says, "No bug reports mean no bugs."
Exactly. On that same note, Keyword Studios. These are the guys that are. Wait, what did Keyword Studios do? I can't remember. They have laid off all of their unionized QA workers. All the QA workers that unionized recently. BioWare declined to continue their contract in August. So they took the studio. They took the position. Let's see. Keyword Studios has, quote, taken the position there is no more work available. However, if you go to Keyword Studios job page, there are absolutely QA jobs posted there. So.
Not for them. They're outsourcing it.
Yeah, no unions. Yeah. Can we get scabs only? Scabs only at Keyword Studios. Telltale Games. Yes, you are not having deja vu. Don't pinch yourself. I have laid off most of their staff.
These guys are always at it. Yeah.
I think this may have been one of the earliest stories we covered ever on this podcast was Telltale Games shutting down the first time.
Honestly, it seems like their niche of game is kind of obsolete at this point. Like people don't want it anymore.
Stop it. I guess what they had done, and from what I can understand, is they basically reformed the studio just out of like the saddest sacks that were left from Telltale that wanted to work like freelance. Yeah, and that like wanted to make it work, and then those people got like their hearts ripped out again.
They remember
like getting back with your partner after they cheat on you.
Oh.
You can't put that back in the bottle. Like once your studio shuts down, just let it die. Just let it die. Also laid off BioWare.
No, refreshed.
Wait. I skipped one. Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog. This is the guys behind Last of Us and Uncharted. They are cutting contracts for dozens of workers. Hey, guess where? Guess. Just
in the upper ranks, maybe like
CEO.
Executive.
They've cut all 5 of their CEOs. And they're gonna save $35 million on that shit. What a great world that would be where I'm reporting that, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, they just took them straight to the gallows. No, in fact, they're cutting a lot of their QA, mostly in QA. However, this one is a contract play, so no full-time staff have been affected by this. Also, there's no severance going out to any of these people because they're all contracts. So this is just Naughty Dog. If you guys remember, they're one of their not co-founders, but they're one of their CEOs has been with the company for like 20 years. Left like 2 months ago, and then Neil Druckmann, he's like took over everything, and he's like, we're gonna be shaking shit up. So I guess canning a bunch of contractors, and compared to the rest of these, is like just regular business operations. I feel like I don't.
And if
think
they
it's
were
smart.
outsourced anyway, they probably weren't that great. So
Yep.
it might have
So
been an okay call.
Yeah, that one I'm like, okay. But yeah, that is the layoff shutdown report. The studio's being the industry is being gutted, especially in QA. If you're considering a career in video games, in which the entry point is generally often QA, just don't.
You know, if
I
you're,
would
if
say
you're
it's
like,
a lie though that it's an entry point.
No,
if you're
it's a lie.
passionate
It's an
about
endpoint.
QA, just go into a different industry.
Yeah.
Like, just don't go to video games, I guess. Like, if you're a QA person, there's so many people need QA.
No, dude.
Don't go to video games.
Make a game by yourself, or make an indie studio out of like 2 or 3 people of you guys all working from home. That is how you make games. Like,
that's how to make a game.
If you really want to make a game, make it yourself. Like, that's the world. Like, don't go try to get a job at an indie studio, because shit, not right now.
So every 6 months.
People are going outside more, so video game studios are struggling to find venture capital funding.
Well, stop going outside,
Guys, it's not that sunny
Honestly,
out.
It's kind of your guys' fault.
Pandemic's coming back. Come on.
Maybe China should take note here.
Oh, there you go. So what's happening is that games are basically on a 3-year low here following COVID, and venture capital firms are just closing up their purse strings. They're like, so things are super sketchy. Not everyone is glued inside. They're spending their money on things that aren't inside their homes 24/7. The one bummer that this article points out, who is this? This is Bloomberg. Yeah, in Bloomberg, is that this affects mid-range studios the most. This is worst for them. A studio like what was it, Puny Human, that gets shut down like that over one thing. They're not getting venture capital. They're not big enough for it, frankly, because venture capital is not going to be interested that they can turn, their $10 into $100, because Puny Human wasn't doing that. They were workhorses. They were pumping workout. What this really does affect is mid-range studios. Firms that need that kind of cash infusion because they're hiring up for a game, but not necessarily studios that have the, I guess, foundational strength of a Ubisoft or an EA, or these big studios that can weather storms and just throw money at things. They're not going to, Silicon Valley looking for funding.
No, they've got so much money already.
Yeah, this is
theoretically.
And I'm struggling right now, unfortunately, to kind of think of examples of specific firms that are in this range. The article describes it as the middle class of video game developers.
This is probably like the people. Well,
Fae Farm. Whoever made Fae Farm, absolutely, because the people that made Fae Farm, a lot of them came out of existing studios, so they had a great pedigree, and they were making an existing like game genre, and absolutely, this is like a key. That would be a perfect pitch. We hired all these people. Let's see. I'm trying to remember.
These are companies that have like one big game, or like one big game franchise. So think like Psyonix, the people who make Rocket League, would probably be a mid studio because they've got one game, right? They're
Mhm.
not pumping out a new game. Larian Studios, the guys who do Baldur's Gate, would be a studio who would be this. They don't make tons of games.
Yeah.
Right? They're not a mega studio. They're a medium-sized studio.
Yep.
So these are the types of studios that
And the guys that made
would be
Fae
hit.
Farms, it's Phoenix Labs. They were founded by Riot Games developers, and they first made a game called Dauntless. Do you remember that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they made Dauntless, and it was a free-to-play game that was Epic published it, I believe. And that's exactly the point where they would go to a venture capital firm and be like, hey, we have this Fae Farm game we want to make. This is what it would look. Oh, Supergiant.
Supergiant. That's another good
Adam
one.
Mills dropped that one. That's another great example. So these are the studios that are going to be affected by this.
Yeah.
The indies, not that they're like insulated from it, that's just not even in their realm. And then the AAA studios, they don't care. So this sucks, but I don't know how much people are going to notice it outside of
hopefully
like
it's-
the video game industry.
Hopefully it's not like, because obviously things are going down, right? It's not like it's a small industry, like the industry's crashing.
Mm-hmm.
You know how venture capitalists are, though. They loved that spike during COVID. They were like, let's
Yeah.
get in on this. But you're not going to see that sustained, right? Because people are back out doing stuff. Also, inflation, right? We spend our money on we gotta spend our money on
Food.
groceries and stuff.
I'm not dying stuff. Yeah, it's so fun.
Oh, Adam said I want Hades 2 so bad. I'm with you, Adam. I want it so bad. I played so much Hades 1. Oh, so yeah, those are the types of studios that will get hit. So I have 71 hours in Hades.
Oh my God.
Okay, you know what? It's not that bad.
Five former Ubisoft executives have been arrested in connection with a harassment probe into the company.
Dude, they just went and like got him.
Arrested. Like,
Because this isn't
cuffed.
the US, right? This is France.
Yeah, this is in France. This is
Oh, yeah.
a
Yeah. I was like, real consequences? What?
no, not in this country. No. This is there was a year-long investigation. They extensively interviewed 50 current and former Ubisoft employees, and then they just went out last week and just started slapping shackles. They've only named 2 of these individuals of the 5.
Give us their name.
Former Chief Creative Officer Sergei Hakoset and Editorial Vice President Tommy Francois.
Tommy Francois. Dude, he sounds like a cologne.
Dude,
Like a bad cologne, too.
there's
like a real
nothing
cheap
wrong
one.
with the name Tommy, but if your life is being made hell by a Tommy, I feel like I could hate a Tommy.
Yeah, I have a brother named Tom, and I do call him Tommy. But outside of that, a lot of the Tommies I've know have been very punchable.
Yeah, just like nothing against a Tommy.
Like, I don't hate them, but I'm like, yeah, if I had to punch you in the face, I wouldn't feel too bad about it.
Yeah,
And I don't punch people.
especially if it's Tommy Francois.
Tommy Francois, though, I gotta look this guy up. I feel like I know what he looks like.
Yeah, tell me what this guy looks like. Anyway, both of these guys left the company in 2020 in the original Ubisoft Reckoning. And then 3 years later, the cops are like, "No, fuck that. No, you guys fucking suck. Get in here. Get in the back of my car." And it's weird siren. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And you're like, that's not how sirens are supposed to sound, France.
Yeah, they got the weird ones.
By
By the way, yes, Tommy Francois is very punchable.
send me a picture.
I'm gonna put
just
a picture.
drop it in the chat. Can you just drop it in the chat?
I'll see. Let's see. It's pretty great though.
Anyway, I don't know. We'll probably find out these other 3 execs. But there's no comment from Ubisoft that I was able to find so far. Not that they need to comment on this, I guess. I wouldn't expect them to, because it's like 3 years after these assholes left the company. But I also find it really hard to believe that any existing execs and higher ups we're completely absolved of any like involvement in this. There's no way this doesn't just like go back. That's what he looks like? No, you way undersold this. Is his hair orange?
Sometimes, yeah, it's like a red, orange.
And he doesn't shave his neck even though the hair grows all the way down to his collarbone? Like Teen Wolf?
No, he shaved it in the orange hair picture where it's just got
he
like a
wanted
little
to draw attention
a pencil
to his
mustache
pencil
situation.
dick beard.
His shirt's buttoned down to his nipples. Oh,
I don't
Tommy
like
Francois
Tommy Francois.
is
That guy is a Tommy. That guy's a straight Tommy. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm really glad I looked him up.
I bet it was so satisfying to arrest that guy.
That red hair doesn't look like it looks photoshopped, like someone was fucking with him.
He's got red hair in a lot of those pictures too.
He decided at some point, he's like, nah, this is my look. He tried it out and he wasn't like, nah, that sucks. He was like, nah, I need this. I need this to be my look.
This is so yeah, and he's much younger than you think he's gonna be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Tommy.
I think this guy, I feel like we reported on this a-hole before because he was the editorial vice president, which means he was in charge of making all of their games like monocultural. Like that's why all the stories in every Ubisoft game were the exact fucking same for like 15 years because of this Chode Bagley. His fucking stupid red
Did
hair.
you call him Chode Bagley?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
You can call the episode that.
Chode Bagley.
Chode Bagley.
I swear we've had Chode in the name of an episode before too.
It would be a shame if we
It's a
had
good word.
350 episodes. I hope so. Diablo 4 is coming to Steam.
Let's go wherever they can now.
How excited! How excited! When I put this on this, do you realize why I put this on this fucking? Why we're talking about this? It's one thing. It's one thing to report on the abject failure of the BattleNet launcher, despite being a successful launcher for the better part of a decade or 2 decades. And then it just shit out so bad that their last main title game, Diablo 4, the last 2, Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4, they're putting on another platform. Now, the reason I put this on here, Peter said, I don't know if you remember what happened when they put Overwatch 2 on Steam.
Oh, I didn't even think about this. They put Overwatch 2 on Steam and it was incredible for us.
Welcome
by
to the Steam audience, you idiots.
You,
Overwatch 2
you've
was
learned
put on
nothing.
the Steam after Overwatch 2 launched initially on BattleNet and just completely disappointed everyone.
Wait, let me just give you some quick Overwatch 2 stats. 10% of the 195,000 reviews are positive on Steam.
I cannot believe after getting eaten alive on BattleNet, they trundled over to Steam to see how they'd fare there. Because it's a free-to-play game, so literally everyone can snag it and download it and talk shit on it. So Diablo 4 at $70 is definitely going to be slightly insulated from this. But I definitely would not be surprised to see a lot of people buy the game, play it for an hour, leave a shitty review, and then ask for a refund. That costs you an hour. And for people on Steam, for the Steam community, an hour is meaningless. These motherfuckers basically live in a black hole for how little they value their own time. So I'm pretty excited to see how Diablo 4 is received on Steam. Also, who the fuck that wants Diablo 4 hasn't bought it by now?
It's like I have a computer. I just BattleNet. I just can't get it to work. So
people were literally refusing to buy Diablo 4 until they could get it on Steam.
Maybe
Press
they just
X to doubt.
They just love seeing the negative reviews. We need to do like a segment where we just read Overwatch 2 reviews because they are
it's there.
funny.
Yeah, we did it. We
We
did it when
did
they
it
originally
before.
came out, and they were fucking amazing because
have-
those are their views where they kept asking why they made a game out of the porn.
They have 4 games on here. Well, 3 of them are Overwatch 2 and then 3 Overwatch 2 DLCs. They're
Oh.
all overwhelmingly negative, and the
Dude.
reviews are great.
Remember what I said about the Steam community having no conception of the value of their own time? That's what I'm saying. These guys went in to give a negative review to an Overwatch 2 DLC.
Mhm.
I didn't even know you could review individual DLCs. These
yeah.
guys do. They did.
They know, and they
They
have,
took the time to fucking do that.
and it's incredible.
Amazing. Big Oil is rebranding to young gamers via Fortnite.
Wow, this is
You
this
see
like
this?
this is end time such stuff?
Yeah, what Shell and I realized this. Shell, you guys, it matters if you hate an oil company. Like it fucking matters. There's nothing you can do about it.
You're like, I am not going to use oil.
Buy an EV or pound sand because there's fuck all you can do. But Shell has decided they're like, you know what? Fuck planet Earth. Everyone's yakking, flapping their gums, wasting air, talking about how we should save the planet when I think we could pump more oil and make money. And all their shareholders are like, yes, yes, yes. And that's what they're doing. So they're tripling down on oil, and they're like, you know what? Fuck the Earth. In fact, we're going out of our way to just light forest fires just for fun. That's what we're gonna do. More places to look for oil, but they're going after. This is like, did you ever get a razor when you were 18, Peterson?
Like
How it was legal that Gillette somehow had access to the U.S. draft lists, but every like 18-year-old that was on the draft list got like a fucking razor in the mail from Gillette.
Oh, that does sound like something. Yeah.
Pranks on me. I still have the thing, and I still use the same like cartridges.
And he sings the "Be All You Can Be" song while he uses it.
Fuck yeah, I do. Like a man, giving my neck like a man.
And it's like, it's too late, JD. They don't want you. You're 37.
Hey, pro tip for all the lady listeners out there: men's razors are way better than women's. So
this is true. I told my wife that, and she didn't believe me, and I just made her use them, and she was like, "Yeah, these are so much better."
Yeah, absolutely. I don't
the
cut
day
myself.
I told Jenna to start using mine she was so pissed. She's like, "What the fuck is this?"
I'm like, why didn't I learn this so much sooner? So that's why I'm saying it, in case anyone else doesn't know.
She's like, but it's not pink. So how can I use it?
It's not removing my skin. Why would I use this?
My feminine energy is depleting.
I only use pink things. All of my things are pink.
Blue?
Yeah. Why is it gray? This is so sad.
I can't stop thinking about penises now. I just can't.
I also think about penises while shaving, which is why I have a beard. Guys, I gotta stop.
That's why my face is baby smooth, not unlike a penis. So, the thing is,
wait, your penis is smooth?
It's ribbed. It's ribbed for my pleasure.
Don't tell me Riblets is next.
I want you to play it so bad. I want you to play it so bad.
It's not a riblet. It's a full rib.
Riblet, babe. It's a full rib. It's not a riblet. I was in the pool. It's cold. Shit. Shit.
All it takes is one good penis joke and we're out.
Joke and it's it. That's it. We're throwing in the towel. Here's the thing about Shell is instead of targeting young men who were shipping up and getting ready to go off to one of Bush's wars because, we were lucky enough to be raised in the 90s and we got like normal consumer marketing. The kids of today, the 14, 15-year-olds that will soon be driving are being taught by that oil is good. Oil is good. It makes your car go fast. And you know what? It's clean now because it's Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Yeah.
And it's good for your car. It's good for the environment. You could pour it on flowers. They would die, but you could do it.
You know what I hate about this, though? I feel like, everyone knows this is ridiculous. They made a shell map in Fortnite. They recruited streamers to, promote this map. And, the kids probably think it's stupid, but then wait till my 13-year-old is driving. They'd be like,
where does he fill up?
Dude,
He fills up at Shell.
Shell. That's Fortnite, right? Shell, Fortnite. I love, positive. I hate that it's probably going to work because it's the stupidest thing I've ever read. But
if I know one thing, it's that people love filling their cars up with gas in video games. There were vehicles in Fortnite before, right? Did you ever have to fill them up?
You do.
Oh, that was already existing.
There's gas stations, but rarely do you actually need to fill it up. Most of the time, you're getting shot at and exploded before you need to fill it up.
So what you're telling me is that sponsorships are on their way for every part of Fortnite. So you're going to have a Home Depot sponsorship for the building part.
Yes.
Where you're using specific Home Depot lumber. You're using Smith & Wesson weapons, Smith & Wesson weapons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be really great.
I'm sorry. I just wish I could tell all the kids at once. I'm sorry. We're not doing this. The boomers are doing this. I swear to God.
1,000%.
They're using a lot of millennials to power this evil machine, but we are not doing this. I swear, kids. We'd stop it if we could, but we're too busy with inflation and paying off student loans.
Also, I don't make enough money, so
we're never going back to the moon. God damn.
Shell's gonna take us there. Shell will get us there, JD.
Just on gasoline. Just fucking put gas in the space shuttle. Fucking
fill them up, boys.
The NASA's like, guys, this is not gonna work. They're like, we got a sponsorship. It's Shell V-Power Nitro Premium Gasoline. It will work.
No, you need so much gasoline, and they're like, we're doing it. We're building it. Don't worry.
Put it
There's
in.
just logos on rockets now. It's
Tiny
just
little rocket with a giant, gas tank behind it.
Just big Shell sticker slapped on it.
Yeah.
Shell.
And some kids like Fortnite. It's like in Fortnite.
It's like in Fortnite. Dude, mom, this is Fortnite. Can I get V-Bucks?
I'm sorry, it's a nervous tick. Asking for V-Bucks is a tick. You dab and they're like, can I get some V-Bucks? Can I get some V-Bucks?
I hate. Why are you? Have you been watching my house? Have you been mimicking my kids?
Hey, yeah.
What happens?
Wait. I'm sorry. Can I get some V-Bucks? Shit. Fuck. Redfall with 3 concurrent Steam players is still selling its DLC pack.
This
3. Actually, I like doing this now.
Bleak. It has changed a little bit. JD and I checked it while we were putting the
It had
story on.
30 people.
And it was at 30 concurrent Steam users.
Which is enough to get 4 games going.
Yeah, so you can play with the same few people. Those are your friends now. Those are your online friends.
I want you guys to guess what it's at right now.
On Steam?
Yeah, just based on, Jenna, what you've heard in the last 5 seconds for context.
For how many people are playing?
Yeah, how many people are currently playing Redfall, a AAA game out of Bethesda Studios? $60. Okay.
9.
Did you guys split it right in the middle? No, Peterson wins. 16.
16.
16.
Dude, that's 4 teams. That's
4 even teams. Ooh, Patrick
wins
wins with 14.
Dude,
yeah.
There you go.
There we go. I like that. Yeah, so 16 players on Redfall right now, which is I'm really struggling to communicate how bad that is. How dire that is for a studio of the size, scale, and scope.
Now,
of
to be
Bethesda.
fair, I think most people are playing it on Game Pass, but that means it adds maybe 3 times that because nobody's playing this game. Nobody is playing Redfall.
Yeah, like no one on Earth is playing Redfall.
It's
You
but
mean there are 16 aliens playing Redfall?
Jenna.
we don't know. Oh man, it's bad. Like all the stories when I Google it is like there's a Reddit thing that's like, here's the player count for those that are asking 6, and those 6 players are having a blast. It's not good, guys. It's not good, and they released the DLC pack and they're selling it. They're gonna sell 4 copies of the DLC. Like they're gonna sell it for $30,000 each.
No, it's like $100.
Mm,
I can't believe that they're still selling it, and it promised like 2 extra players, the Bite Back Pass. So you pay for this and 2 extra. And I'd say like, oh, someone's grandma's gonna buy this game for him, but like I think this game, like the grandmas know not to buy this one. They're like, oh, Redfall, no, no, I'm not buying that
I haven't heard anything good about that game.
I haven't heard anything about any video game since Tetris, and I know Redfall sucks.
Yeah, this is bad. Oof.
This is maybe a lesson to stop trying to make.
Don't make this game.
This is a Left 4 Dead clone, right?
Yeah, I said this in one of our bits. I was like,
Stop it.
Stop making these.
Stop it. There's nobody that wants to play these.
And like people, if they do want to play it, like even if you make a pretty good one, we start playing it and we're like, oh yeah, we thought we wanted this. We don't.
So one funny thing that I thought about this is like, oh fuck, this is like classic case for a class action lawsuit, right? False advertising. They said that they'd have all these extra things in the game that they didn't. But is it class action? How many do you need? 30 people in a class action? How many people do you need to make it a class action lawsuit? Could they get that many people together?
Mm-mm.
But maybe the payout would actually be more than $3 for this. These people would actually get a couple
25.
grand.
Yeah, these guys
25.
actually make some money.
Yeah, something that's actually worth like taking your phone out and logging into your bank app and taking a picture of the check. Nope, not that much.
Mm-mm.
I can't stop thinking about a ribbed penis. All right, Riblets is a news segment within a news segment. So
It's the quick bits, just little
bits.
guys.
Yeah. So imagine like a chicken,
full-sized penis. No, I mean a full-sized rib.
It is the popcorn chicken to a chicken nugget. Riblet.
Yeah, or like a chicken strip.
If chicken strips had bones just kind of scattered throughout them.
Look, it's not a perfect analogy, but you get it. Okay. Why are you guys really getting honest about this?
I'm so mad. So mad.
Loves riblets.
This is my least favorite part of the podcast, honestly.
Why?
Just fast forward it. Don't reward these guys.
It's hard to pick. It's really hard for her to pick, but this one really stands head and shoulders above the rest of the filth. First up here, the next game from Dave the Diver's creator is a zombie survival stealth adventure game. Say what?
That is a lot.
This is yours, Peterson, because you played Dave the Diver.
PvPvE. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. This is not what I want from these guys. I'm looking at it, and it just looks like a regular zombie game.
What are they doing?
I like when people try other stuff, but honestly, Dave the Diver was so just joyful and happy, and I just loved it so much. It's one of those games where it has like a real special place in your heart. Dave the Diver did that. It has that place. There's only like a handful, and they did that, and now they're making this game a PvPvE zombie survival stealth game. I don't want that, and it looks like every other zombie game. It's not like
it's like the
cute.
Stardew.
It just looks like the rest.
Stardew Valley creator made a Left 4 Dead clone. That's their next game.
Yeah, so that's weird.
It's called Nakwan Last Paradise.
Not currently. It's called. No one's gonna play it.
We'll see. Also, Lego is making Animal Crossing Lego sets. This is just easy money sitting on the floor. They just need to bend over and pick it up. That's it.
Here's the
I mean,
thing.
they have what, a Sonic set, Mario set.
They've got a set for everything. JD, they have Minecraft sets. It is the most basic thing. Building them is 0 level complexity because Minecraft looks like a Legos anyway, just like
I
square
have a
block.
Minecraft set. I have the beekeeping Minecraft set.
They're so simple.
Yeah.
But the problem is they're so expensive to where I see my kids are like, I want this Minecraft set. And I'm like, oh, cool. This is pretty easy. Like it's like 250 pieces and it's like $75. So
Nope.
A little rough.
Can't do it.
Rough.
I like, my favorite thing about Legos is going into the Lego store and then I just window shopping. I just laugh because I can't afford any, but I like to go look at the sets. It's
Some of
nice
the
to
stuff
look
is
at.
so cool, but you're like, yeah, why is this so expensive?
It's really funny because I remember as a kid when the little sets were $5, the medium sets were 15, and the big ones were like 50 to 100. And I couldn't afford any of those. And I remember I was doing the same shit then I'm doing now. And you know what? That was like Legos were semi-affordable back then, but now I've like that was like kidflation, and now everything's bad and everything's terrible. But
Yeah, one of my sons wants Legos for Christmas, like only Legos, and I'm like, you're gonna be the most expensive one.
oh god,
So,
which ones is he asking for?
I don't know. I gave him that Amazon book, and they like circled stuff, and I'm pretty sure they circled about $40,000 worth of things. So I gotta like go through and see what they actually want.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome.
Yep.
I would love to see that because I'm not the one paying for it.
Yeah, I'm not. Lily thought she was gonna get every single thing on there. She was really bummed when I was like, "Oh no, you're not gonna get all of it. It's just like for ideas of things you might want." She's like, "What? Why?" And I was like, "Well, the thing's like 60 pages long, and you circled at least one thing on every page."
She's like, "This is gonna be the best Christmas ever." She's going through the dude for a moment in Lily's mind, going through that book. It was like,
this is what I'm getting. It's like a shopping spree. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Kids can get the highest of highs.
I love getting them right back down, though. Just bam,
welcome to reality.
Smack them back down. That's kind of my favorite.
Also, last story here is 100 developers at Avalanche Studios are unionizing. So next week we'll be reporting that 100 developers at Avalanche Studios were strategically laid off.
Yeah,
with strategic pinpoint precision. Just so happened to be every single one that unionized.
To be like, no, we've been planning this for years, and like show us the documentation. Like, document.
We lost it.
It's like water cooler conversations. Like, yeah, but we've been talking about it.
We knew. There are only 500 employees total at Avalanche Studios, which makes 1 in 5 opting to unionize. These are the guys that make Just Cause, and they not recently, God, it's been 8 fucking years. They made that Mad Max game in like 2015 or whatever. So they're not nobodies. Actually, these are kind of the mid-range studio that we're talking about.
Yeah,
would really be affected by VC. I'll tell you, VC's probably not stoked on investing in a unionized studio, but I also love the size of this, 20%. It's really hard to ignore. Go ahead, try to lay off 20% of your fucking company. Try it. Put a gun to your own head.
Dude, they'll do it. They'll do it, bro.
Like, I'm crazy. Bro. I'm crazy.
Freaking do this right now. You want me to lay off 20%? I don't care.
This bullet wanted me to stop hitting it with a hammer, so now I'm gonna push it through my brain.
I don't even know what that means. Kudos
is our positivity segment where we give a shout out to something we like. And boy, do we have kudos this week.
Mine's pretty fast. Can I do mine?
Yes.
Because mine was a kudos. This has happened a few times, but I swear it's not on purpose. My kudos is for Jenna.
Oh, I thought she just put her own name on here. I was like, Jenna, are you giving yourself kudos, sister? We don't do that much around here.
JD does.
You don't?
JD does. I don't.
Okay, I should say that's my thing. Don't do it.
How dare you co-opt me? No, I think I've given Jenna kudos like 3 or 4 times, but this was unplanned because this came about tonight. So tonight I'm making dinner and I made some dinner rolls, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've got some jam in my fridge from some of Jenna's plum jam from when last time I went to JD's house, busted it out, that little jar, it's gone. We ate all of it in one sitting. We ate all of the jam.
From
It
the
was
I just don't
fantastic.
get jam guy.
And they were like, my kids were like, yeah, this jam's really good. And I was like, Jenna made it. She made it. And they were like, she's really good at making jam. That's what one of them said. So I got to give you kudos because this jar of jam, which usually lasts us months and months and months at my house, even those little ones, one night I opened it up and it was gone. I washed the jar tonight. And so
You bring that back, you get another jar of
yeah,
jam.
bring
by
it
the
back.
way.
Yeah, I
bringing
gotta
it
come
back.
back, Peter, so we give you more.
I have multiple because I had a honey one too, but I had dirt in it last time I came over. I don't know why there was dirt in it, but there was dirt in it because I think
You don't have to bring them back clean. We clean them.
We
We
clean them,
sterilize
yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know, but I don't want to bring you a jar of dirt. So, anyways, kudos to Jenna. She made jam, homemade jam. It was fantastic. We ate a whole jar of it in one night. So I got to give kudos to that. That doesn't happen a lot.
Aw,
Did you
I'm
get
so
the
happy.
plum raspberry, or is that
No,
just
he
plum?
just got
Jenna?
plum.
I think it was just plum. You have a plum raspberry?
Oh man, home
Oh,
baked
I've got all sorts of
raspberries.
flavors.
Wait, okay, I'm gonna take back that kudos if I don't get a plum
The
raspberry.
plum raspberries, unreal. And we just picked a new batch of raspberries, and they were like dark and like dropping off the bush, so they're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
so
yeah.
much
It'd be
sweeter.
real sweet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
picked what?
That'd be
How much
interesting.
that bowl was? What is it? 8 cups, Jenna? Would you guess?
Wow.
Or 16 cups?
6 cups, I would guess.
Okay.
But
Nice.
So yeah, we have a lot of raspberries coming.
Anyways, kudos to Jenna because her jam was dope. That sounds like a rap lyric.
Well, if you want a
Kudos to
rap
Jenna 'cause
like
her
lyric,
it.
jam was dope.
the nephews refer to it as Jen Jam.
Jen Jam.
Mhm.
Nice. I
Yeah.
do like that.
All the little kids love it. The secret ingredient is sugar.
So much sugar.
I mean, you
So
mean my love, right?
And sugar to the extent that the last time we bought sugar, I brought 2 50-pound bags with handles, not unlike water softener salt, and I just carried those out of the store.
Oh my god.
So
The
yeah,
last time I needed more sugar, like mid jam making, I had to text Jonathan and I sent him the gift from Men in Black. Give me more sugar.
so that's why
Yeah.
in water. So I brought her 50 pounds of sugar.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, you and
Um,
Trent do the same shopping list now.
True. True.
I have kudos. I guess Jenna's probably in on this one too. We watched not new. This is a reality dating show that was on a year or two ago, and I don't think there's any other seasons. It's probably canceled. But there's one season, probably 6 or 7 episodes. It's called Hotties. It's on Hulu. It's awesome. It is great. And I'm not a big fan of just across the board reality dating shows. I know I talk about them a lot on this podcast, but Jenna will attest that of the ones that we've started and watched or that she's watched, I'm probably into about 10%.
You're into Bachelor and Paradise and
That's like
that
about it. I'm
franchise,
kind of
that's
into
it.
Bachelorette, and then nothing else really.
Mhm.
This one is the premise is they get 2 couples and they put each of them in a food truck and they have to cook 3 dishes. No, they have to cook 1 dish. They have an hour to cook a dish. And you're like, cool, they have all the things they need. They have the recipe. They're ready to go. Well, 3 times during this hour, they are interrupted and forced to do a spicy food challenge, which is generally like a Jell-O shot or like a single pepper or like a piece of chocolate that's spicy chocolate or this one hot chip. You know, you've seen all these
Yeah.
probably on TikTok or social media or wherever the fuck they do these things. And so they do that. And then they go back to cooking, and then they could do that again. They go back to cooking, and they have to finish all the spicy food before they continue the challenge is the idea. And then they present their dish, and then the host tries the dish, and then she picks the winner. The winner either each of them get, was it $1,000?
yeah, it was like 1,000 something, I think.
Each of them either get $1,000, and then they split up and promise never to see each other again, or they can take that $2,000 and use it on a date and go on a date. And then they follow up and they say like, oh, these 2 people, went on that date, or these 2 people didn't. end up ever going on the date or whatever. Dude, it's
The-
fun.
The host is also watching and stalking them the whole time because there's like hidden cameras everywhere in the food truck. And I
Mhm.
think the producers also wanted to fuck with people because they provided all these things to help aid in the hotness, but they wouldn't label
They didn't
any
label
of the
anything.
milk products. So like all the coconut milk and the yogurt and the regular milk, like they all look the same.
Oh my
And
gosh.
there was these couple that they were just dying, right? They're like, "Oh my god, I need milk, I need milk," and so they're like desperately getting milk. They got the milk finally open, and they're like chugging it down, right? And this poor woman's like, "It's ranch. I hate ranch."
Oh
I
my
fucking
God.
hate ranch.
This is 1,000% on purpose.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. And they just end up just being the whole idea. The premise is they're trying to lower inhibitions and barriers to get people to like bond really quickly, and it
act
fucking
themselves.
works.
Yeah.
Because either they realize they are super not compatible and it instantly is like fucking shit, or they're like bonding and they get together over it, and
They
it's
like
awesome.
help and support each other even though they're barfing outside the truck and like dying.
Yes.
And they also have this like kiddie pool set up, and watching like grown-ass men just like face plant their whole heads in there and like even drink out of the pool because they're dying so much.
This is the most insane show that could ever exist.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
it's
like, this is the craziest first date I've ever been on.
yeah. A lot of them I don't think were like totally like in the know on what they signed up for. They were like, oh, it's a dating show with spicy food. And these are things that are like, these are, if you guys have seen these, like the one chip challenge, like it's no joke. It's like people go to the hospital, you can fucking die. Like it's not like spicy like a jalapeno or even spicy like a habanero. This is not spicy like any pepper or even hot sauce you can buy in a grocery store. This is like the super, super freak, like colon buster hot sauce that you have to go out of your way to find at a hot sauce store. And those are the levels of these things that they're doing. So it's like mind-meltingly spicy stuff, and it's so funny. It's good. It's called Hotties. If you guys are even mid on reality dating shows, at least watch one episode. They're all pretty fucking fun. There's not like one that's better than the other. They're all solid. But yeah, it's worth, what was it, like a 2, 3, 4 hour binge, Jenna? We were through it all in
Yeah,
2
it's
nights.
a dumb show to watch in the background and kind of occasionally laugh at people's misery.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hotties.
Hotties.
On
And then
Hulu.
Jenna, you have our last one.
I do. And I know it's coming to the end of food truck season, but I really wanted to give a shout out to this food truck called Big South. Big South Salt Lake, or SLC is their Instagram. And the reason why is because what sandwich did you get there?
It was a chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese. Where can you get a
fuck.
chopped cheese in Utah?
Well, I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what a chopped cheese is?
Uh-uh.
This has been on my list. Okay, every time you see these articles that are like, this is every state's sandwich, or
Best
these are like
thing.
the region's sandwich. Chopped cheese, it's like a New Jersey, New York, East Coast thing. I know this is called Big South SLC, but I'm pretty sure the chopped cheese is a like a East Coast thing. Let's see, because it has a Wikipedia page for it too. It's not. I guess. Yeah, it's sometimes called chopped cheese, but I think if you called it that where they serve it, they'd slap you in the face. Yeah, it's a New York City sandwich. Basically, they just chop up a cheeseburger and throw it on a bun. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But tons of extra seasonings and spices and shit
Lots
they
of
throw in
sauce,
there.
it looks like. Was
And
it saucy?
sauce. Yes, it was so messy. It was yeah. So anyway.
Oh, I'm seeing a picture of their chopped cheese. Yeah, this does look messy.
Sorry, I totally interrupted.
You
So
got
yeah,
excited.
when you bit out of that sandwich, I think you like groaned because it was like so good. You were like so happy. Your taste
Mhm.
buds just were so happy. And I got the wings, which was delicious. And another fun thing about it is there's like crazy amount of sides. and you get 2 sides with your entree, I think. And so like we
Mhm.
got to try so many different sides because between the two of us getting meals. So yeah, it was just delicious, and I hope to see him around some more because I want to try some other things.
So this does. I'm looking at pictures. It does look good, and actually, it looks pretty authentic. When I was down in South Carolina, and I would go get like Southern cooking, like and when I say Southern cooking, this is like traditional Black food, right?
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like. This is what it
Yep.
all looks like.
Yeah,
All of
and
it.
while the chopped cheese may be a New York thing, all the sides Jenna was talking about, extraordinarily Southern. Like just a huge pile. One of them was corn nuggets, deep
Mhm.
fried like sweet
Mhm.
corn in nuggets. And oh my God, I was eating those until I was like sick. I was making myself sick. I couldn't stop eating. I
It
was like,
looks really good. The
"Oh."
mac and cheese looked good. They had collard
Mhm.
greens that looked really
Collard
good.
greens. Yep, they had all the good Southern sides. It's called Big
Mhm.
South SLC. If you guys see this truck, run to it. Fucking good.
It looks good. The Instagram post made me so happy. The guy who runs it just looks like the just big fat happy guy. He looks really nice.
Oh, when
So-
I saw him and I always saw it was called Big South, that was what the funniest thing is. I go up there thinking I'm gonna order a chopped cheese, and what did you order, Jenna?
Wings.
Jenna, wings. I'm order chopped cheese and wings, and I was gonna get like an order of fries. And he goes, "All right, what sides do you want?" And I go, just fries." He goes, "No, you get 2 sides." And I was like, "Oh, just fries and corn nuggets?" He said, "You get 2 sides each." And I'm like, he's like, "So 4 sides total." And I was like, "Oh yes, this place is called Big South, and you are in charge of it." So
and
that
you are
makes
Big
sense.
South. He looks he looks like he would have been like a linebacker for Alabama or something like
Yeah,
that.
guy
Like,
is
that's what he looks like.
chunk. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is for you a normal meal. For me, this would put me in a coma."
And it did. Actually, I didn't hear
And-
from JD for a few days. I didn't know why. Now I do.
Yep, Big South. Check those guys out. Oh, so good.
Okay, and I apologize for this sound clip, guys. I haven't played it for a long time. It's one of our most cheesy ones. So here you go.
Yes.
It made sense at the time, but here you go. And now, from the 3-Bit Gamer Show, a game review. Well, hold on 1 second. It's not necessarily just a game review. It's actually an interview. Okay. And now, from the 3-Bit Gamer Show, an interview. Well, no. It's kind of both of those things smashed together. I quit. Just call it whatever you want then. We had a whole
How dare
conversation
you
like that.
talk shit on that fantastic bumper?
It's so cheesy, but I remember the
So cheesy.
conversation
I
that
love it,
led
yeah.
to that one.
That's exactly how it went.
Yes.
Interviews are where 2 of us have played a game and the third person hasn't. So instead of just dishing on that and just gushing back and forth, this is a self-regulatory segment. Because Peterson and I found if we played the same game and talked about it, Spencer would just sit back and be like, "Oh." And then 30 minutes later, it'd be like, "Are we still talking about this?" So you realize you had to put the third person in charge, let them mediate. And so yeah, Jenna picked this game out. She found it on Steam. It's called Unrailed. Did it just come out? Just came out.
No.
Did it? I don't think so.
No,
No.
it just came out 2 years ago.
Isn't it 2000?
I have seen this before. Like, I've seen this game before. It came out in 2020.
Yeah, so it just came out last year.
No, JD, it's not. I know.
No, it came out in 2019, actually.
No, it
It just came out 4 years ago.
So I was right. Boom diddly.
Boom
Boom
Diddly
Diddly,
is
actually.
that's not a thing that people say.
But it is a top contender
It's the
for
thing
the
that I
title of
say.
this episode. Genesis Boom
Wait, how
Diddly.
did you change my name? Oh, sorry.
I can do whatever I want, Jenna. I'm in control.
Change it to Boom Diddly. That's
No.
what she says. She says a
Okay.
disturbing amount around the house, actually. Anyway, Unrailed
That's right.
is this co-op game that Jenna found. You are building a train from left to right across the screen. You're frantically collecting resources and clearing space for your train. And that's the long and short of it, isn't it, Jenna?
It's also like the map is randomly generated, and it's got different biomes and different scenarios.
kinda
that
like
you
a
have to go
roguelike.
through. Yeah.
Yep. So it's what I described. Add the roguelike layer where if you lose, you don't start over, or you don't, keep your train going. If you can't build because the train is always moving. So you're building the tracks as the train's moving, it reaches the end, it explodes. And then you
It's
start
also
over.
like very much a co-op game, and the cool thing is it can be local online or local and online.
Yep. So we've been trying to get Skylar to play, would go force him to play. Because I think
Yeah.
with more people, it would be easier exponentially. So
Do you think it scales with more people, or if it stays the same?
I think it might be more fun.
Okay.
I think he's
to
asking if it
play.
gets harder in terms of like, does it get faster or
I
does the
don't
train
know.
move faster or anything? Yeah, that's a maybe.
I can see how you guys would get in each other's way and cause problems that way. Like, because sometimes the map kind of narrows and the train has to get through this like small amount of tiles, and you might get stuck if you don't like build or escape route for yourself. So I could see with 4 people how you might all be in each other's way in the map.
Yeah,
So,
I think. Yeah,
go ahead. I was gonna say, so the train, as it goes, the train keeps moving. As the level progresses, does the train get faster then, or does it just get harder?
The map changes, I think, and gets harder. I don't know.
Yeah, it just it does. I wouldn't say it gets faster or harder, and the map does get a little harder. Like we went underwater once, and it was nightmarishly difficult. We actually are playing on easy right now. We played once on medium, and it was just a fucking mess. Like, okay, let's switch to easy, and we haven't switched off. So I think it's like FTL difficulty, where it's like you got to get the hang of things first. But yeah, and you can do one of the roguelike things is every time you reach a new station, so you build station to station, you hit that new station, and then you can build you can select a new car or upgrade a car. So there's like a storage car on your train. There's a train car that makes the new tracks constantly. So basically the loop is you're filling the storage is making new tracks, you're taking the tracks and putting them in front of the train. So you can add other cars, things that like automatically mine and then there's trees and rocks. Those are the only 2 resources.
And so you're clearing that stuff as you go.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to. There's generally a pretty clear path, but sometimes you got to build a bridge. Sometimes there's like a choke point, which if you can't load the train during the choke point, it's kind of a problem. And then the other thing that keeps the game moving kind of frantically is the train is always at risk of overheating. And so you always have to grab a bucket of water and splash water on it. So rarely, but if it happens, you're fucked. You can't, if you don't have access to water and your bucket isn't full and you don't put the train fire out quickly enough, you're screwed. Your train just burns and you can't fix anything. And then it just becomes this cascading effect of failures until the train explodes. Yeah.
Okay.
The
So
funniest cart that you can add to the game is the one where you can pick up the random animals on some of the levels and add it to your train. And so they weigh your train down.
The train
To
has
make
to
it
now
slower?
pull. Yeah, because there's these stupid cows and camels that wander around and get in the way.
Yeah.
They just meander.
gosh.
And so they're just like inconvenient. They won't stop the train. The train will just push them out of the way. They're in your way. They're just fucking there. So you just have to pick them up and move them. But you can strap them to the caboose of this car and they'll just slow it down. And it's just dragging this like leash of cows behind it. It's pretty funny.
So I'm looking at pictures of it, and the graphics are like pretty basic.
Yeah, it's
Is
like
it
pixel
hard
people.
to figure out what's going on ever because of that?
Yes. We didn't know that, for example, this is more on me because I'm colorblind, but there's a water car and it turns pink. It's blue and then it turns, I think, Jenna pink and then like purple, or it like turns reddish.
Yeah.
Turns purpley and then red when it's about, and then it lights on fire. And so that we were getting a visual warning. We just thought the train intermittently lit on fire and then you had to put it out.
Like
But you could
randomly.
actually go get water and dump it on there to preempt the train overheating at all, let alone lighting on fire. So yeah, it's got that kind of just like figure it out, trial and error type of thing, which a lot of roguelikes do, right? You're gonna do something stupid and wrong, and then you do it 3 times later, and you're like, oh. So yeah, definitely the pixels, but I think that's part of the charm.
I don't mind. I didn't mind it too bad. Like sometimes it would be kind of annoying to not see like your path, and you're trying to get to the other train and move, and you can't figure out where to go. But for the most part, it worked fine.
Does the game play different in each of the biomes? Like, is there something you get that's different, or there different challenges in each biome?
The snow biome had us giggling pretty hard because we were like, what the hell is happening? Because basically you have to like move around in the tiles enough that you melt the snow down, because it's apparently so thick that you can't lay track down or like really move without like being weighed down by the snow. So you just have to do a lot of moving around to melt the snow down to like move like a normal person again.
That one went to shit so fast. Because there's if you go way out of your way, and I mean stupidly out of your way, and build a track to this, like there's like a hidden tunnel that you can see on occasion. We did it once, immediately. It takes you underwater to an underwater like realm, and our train just went. We were like, we don't know what we're fucking doing. Everything went to shit. So we were feeling really cocky a couple hours later. And I was like, dude, let's go into the water again. We know what we're doing now. Let's go there. We get underwater. Immediately, we figured out what we're doing. So underwater, you have to now maintain a bubble of health. So instead of like trying to put your water out, to collect water and put your train out of fire, you're now like maintaining your oxygen in this air bubble and constantly moving it and doing all this other shit. So basically what happens is after 3-4 hours of feeling pretty confident in this game, we go underwater and immediately get humbled. And so we see the exit. I cannot believe we are going to make it to the exit. And then we see you can keep going. So you can just keep going underwater and stay underwater. But we chose where I was like, no, Jenna, let's get out of here. Fuck it. Let's get exit and just go. And we exit thinking I'm thinking we're going to go back. It's going to be normal and easy again. Nope. We exit into the mountains where it's snowing and you have to clear it. And there's like, so we go from like one completely new biome to another. And we think we're getting it. It gets harder. Because like we died in the snow. So it was definitely harder than the water. Dude, the game is punishingly difficult. I do think that it is built to have 4 people running smoothly and knowing exactly what they're doing for you to play it on the harder difficulties. Because if not, I don't know how you fucking beat this.
Yeah, a lot of the videos I saw were like 4-player doing it. Okay, what? So is there like? Do you know if there's like an end game to this, or is it just like endless mode? Like just go as far as you can.
We always played on literally endless. That's kind of like they give it to you as the default. There's like endless sandbox and then some, but I do think that's the idea. It's like an endless type of
go as far as you can.
Yep. You just keep going. I can't imagine how many biomes they have. They probably start repeating at a certain point. Wouldn't surprise me.
Sure. Does the train, do you add train cars to when you get to the station, do you add cars to it? So like, does it get longer? And when you add stuff, does that like, do the cars have different benefits and things like that?
Yeah. There's, like Jenna mentioned, there's the one car that slows you can attach cows to and it'll slow it down. There's another car when you like drive by the forests or the mountains, it'll mine them automatically. So all you need to do is just go pick up the resources.
Does
unless
your train
you
start with any of these, like any special cars?
Nope.
Okay.
And so every time you just start with the basic train, you have a water, you have a storage, and then you have like a track manufacturing car.
So there's probably like an optimal build that they've like figured out. Like, first you got to get your wood one, and then you got to get like something like that.
Yep. And that's where we started to debate, which was actually really fun. I love co-op roguelikes because you can sit there and discuss. As when we played Capybaras, extremely powerful Capybaras, there was an element of that too. Like, oh, what should we get for this? Let's get this. And then because figuring out optimal builds in roguelikes is fun. figuring them out and then going online and conversing with people is more fun. Sitting next to somebody while you're actively playing and strategizing is the most fun.
Is the best version of it.
Yeah, and that's what this was. Like, should we upgrade our storage first or should we get a second storage? Those types of questions, and we're still figuring those out. That's, I think, the most fun part of this game. The difficulty is what makes it. I mean, how many hours did both of us put in FTL before we even got past like the third or fourth sector?
A lot. Yeah.
And it was like, you could have asked then, is there an end to this? I don't know. It's so hard. How could you get past 4 or 5 sectors of this? So maybe it is actually, it gets easier once you figure stuff out.
Is there a story at all? Have they even tried to do like story, or is it just like, here you go?
You
There
couldn't put
is
one in
a
if you wanted to.
Yeah, there is a quest though every like level,
Mhm.
and it seems like that seems randomly generated as well. So you get an extra point to upgrade your stuff if you complete it. But sometimes like we forget to read it, and then we're like
Fail
it just
it before we
disappears
read
off the
it.
screen. Yeah, and we're like, wait, what was it?
Sometimes it's like have both players use the pickaxe, but sometimes it's like have one player use the pickaxe, and we're so frantic trying to get the train built and everything running, we both picked up the pickaxe before we even saw the thing, and it just poof goes away. But those are so you can, every time you reach a station, you get 1 point. You can find like hidden little points around, and then like Jenna said, you can get one from a quest, and then you can just save them. So the strategy that goes into all of the builds is pretty fun. That's the fun part of this game.
Is it a game where that gets like really stressful to where you're like, okay, we've played a few rounds, like we got to take a break?
Right on that edge, but no, right, Jenna? It seemed like when it got so stressful that the train exploded, I was like, it wasn't like a relief, like, oh, I need to take a break, I need to go get a drink. It was like you'd laugh and be like, ha, oh my god, look at that stupid train, and then you just.
I think if we kept the difficulty level the same, the answer to that would have been yes. But because we bumped it down, we just knew where we needed to be at.
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot.
It could be way more frantic for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think it doesn't just feel like, I'm trying to think of those peak stress games that I just have to take a break after, like a lot of I'm trying to think, what was that one we played, Children of Morta?
Yeah.
That was just like constant on, and then I just would need to take breaks after that. But this one's not that bad in terms of stress.
And then it seems like, once you start, the game is just moving. Like it's just like, all right, go. There's no pause, right? You can't pause it.
There is a
while
pause
you're in the level.
Yeah, you can pause.
Okay.
We paused.
Oh,
Did we
yeah.
pause?
Mhm.
Yeah, we paused. Yeah, you can pause.
And then when you get to the station, it looks like you get a break, and that's when you like strategize and buy your stuff.
Yep.
Is that's not timed, is it?
Nope. But there is a full replay of your entire run. You can watch it at any speed, and it includes the time you spend dicking around in that screen.
I wonder if the harder difficulties have like timed. You know what I mean? Like you get there and then you're like, okay, you've got 15 seconds.
I don't know
20
if it would really add to the game, so I would doubt it. But that would be funny. I just think it's funny that we left it sometimes. We'd go get a drink or just like take a break when we got to the station, and then we watched the replay. Or sometimes I would like run my character around just being a doofball because like, anyway, yeah.
Okay. What is your least favorite thing about the game? Is there anything you don't like or any little nits about it?
I don't. Because like a lot of the things that are like, I would say I don't like, that's the part of the challenge. And I'm like, you remove that and it's not challenging anymore. I didn't like that the train intermittently lit on fire and there's no way to control it until I learned that there was actually a way to fucking control it.
There is a way to control it.
So that was my dumb nit, is I didn't get how the game worked.
For me, I'd say it was at times where like you'd have all your resources and your tools like all clumped next to each other, and you're like trying to pick up a specific one, and it would just grab something else, and it's like I just wish there was a little bit like a toggle or something that would allow me to be more selective with the resources, because it's really obnoxious to be picking up, putting down, and you're like continuously grabbing the wrong resource.
Right.
Yeah.
When it's frantic too, which
Right.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's my biggest nit is, and I don't know how you'd necessarily fix that. It would be kind of tough, but it really doesn't always know. It's like it feels like autocorrect on your phone. That's
Yeah.
kind of like mostly it gets it right, but sometimes you're like, oh my god, I never want to type ducking. I literally never want to say ducking. Especially after the word mother. Come on. So anyway, yeah, I think that's Jenna. Is there anything else that
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Peterson, did you have any other questions?
I mean, just what's your recommendation on this? It looks like it's normally $20. Right now it's $5.
Oh man, this is a wait for a sale. $20 is kind of steep for this. Unless somebody in your life is like, I'm playing Unrailed, will you play it with me? Then it's worth 20. If someone's already playing it, hell yeah. To pick this up to play with a friend, yes. To pick this up to play alone, to maybe see if you like it, to maybe see if your friends will like it, wait for a sale.
Well, it's on sale right now until
Dude,
October
$5
12th for $5. That seems
Yeah.
like a no-brainer.
Play with us.
I bought it while we were talking right now because I was like,
Mhm.
oh wait, that's not the permanent price.
No.
Yeah,
I bought
gotta
it.
grab this
It
right now.
for you.
No, you didn't.
Did you not accept my gift?
I didn't get a gift.
Clown show.
I didn't get a gift.
Yikes.
Who'd you
Gift
send it
rejector.
to? I don't want your stupid gift. I don't need your charity. Yeah, I don't. I never got a gift.
Oh wow, no, I feel bad. It's still in my cart.
Nope, I already got it.
I just clicked in it. I still have an open shopping cart on Steam. So I'll spot you $5 later, buddy.
Nope. I just grabbed $5. That's like a no-brainer. I thought it was always $5, which is why I didn't buy
That
it
would
yet.
be
And then I just logged in right now when I was looking. I was like, oh, it's just $5 right now. I'm buying it now. Then I got to get it right now. So
yeah, if it's
that's
for
a
$5,
no-brainer.
I would recommend you guys all pick this up. This is good one to have in your library, so you have a co-op game to play with people. And then, yeah, put it on your wish list. Get it when it's $5. I'm sure it's 4 years old. It goes to $5.
It probably does
every
all
single
the time.
Steam sale every single time.
Yep. Okay.
All right, let's skip this and go straight to
Yeah.
dice.
Okay.
Dice of Destiny.
Dice of Destiny is this game we play at the end of every episode. We roll a 6-sided dice to see who will be responsible for rolling the Dice of Destiny, a 20-sided dice with 20 different game genres that we've assigned to it. Then we roll a 6-sided dice again to figure out our budget between $70 and $10. And then that person finds a game in that budget, in that genre, picks it, plays it, and reviews it. Peterson rolled a excessive blood and gore game a couple weeks back. And he picked
Death Trash off of JD's recommendation. So
which was off of a Next Fest find.
Yeah. So actually, dude, it's coming full circle and like
There
things
we
are
go.
working.
Working
So-
as intended.
I played Death Trash and I'm not done with it. I'll say I'm not done with it. I have probably 2.5 hours into Death Trash, and which should be significant because the time it says like when you go to like howlongtobeat.com, it says like 5.5 hours. So I should be about halfway through.
Okay.
I will say I'm not halfway through because I'm not good at this game. I am not good. I die a lot.
It's a
so-
skill-based game then. I thought it was more strategy.
Nope, it is very skill based. So I die a lot, and you really have to get used to it. So here's what the game is: you start off, you are a human who has been through some sort of medical processing because there is an underworld that is run by cyborgs. The robots run the underworld, and they keep everybody separate, and they keep everybody safe. Well, I have apparently been contaminated. We don't know with what. They never say, but I've been contaminated, so I'm being kicked out, and I'm being sent to the overworld just outside. I'm being sent outside, and
Which is a nightmare for any gamer.
especially this outside, because the world I'm not 100% sure what has happened yet, and this is where the gore part comes in, because the main theme of Earth now, of the overworld, is that there is just huge chunks of flesh. They call it flesh, just growing everywhere. No one knows where it comes from. There you even meet a
Free
creature.
meat.
You meet a creature named that is made of flesh, like a Cthulhu made of flesh. They call it the Flesh Kraken, and it's everywhere. It's just these piles of goopy flesh, and it's all bloody, and there's little flesh creatures crawling around. You just like kill them, and then so you sustain yourself in this game by eating flesh, by eating brains, organs, and flesh.
Of course. Beautiful.
And you talk to people in the overworld, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know. We don't know where it comes from, but yeah, this is just what we eat now. This is all we eat." And it heals you, but it gives you a point of contamination every time you eat it. And you get like a certain amount of points based on your stats, because it is like RPG elements. You start off with a character creator, and you build your character and put stats in certain things like melee combat and ranged combat and stealth, all these things, putting points in all of these. And JD mentioned when I selected the game, he used his vomit to open a door because it needed some biomatter to open.
Try this in real life, kids.
That's a mechanic in the game.
Throw
You
up on a
use
door, see if it opens.
Biolubrication, vomit. That is one of the abilities you can select to vomit, and you will just vomit, and then you can pick up your vomit, and you have that in your inventory now. I have like 3 vomits in my inventory, but that is how you actually
3 vomits in my inventory.
Yes, that's how you purge your contamination. So you eat this food, get contaminated, and then you vomit,
Right.
and it gets rid of the contamination, right? So it's pretty gross. And I will say it's the right level of gore for me, because I didn't want like really.
You didn't want Mortal Kombat.
This is great. Yeah, I didn't want Mortal Kombat. I didn't want like people's like spines coming out and ripping people's stomachs out. This is just like gross because everything's made of flesh. But it's also like, it sounds disgusting, but it's also like a little bit comedic. Like the game,
it's super funny.
The game does not take itself seriously. Like when they kill you, like when a bad guy kills you, which happens to me constantly, they'll come up and loot my stuff. Like as it's like doing the "you died" screen, the guy runs up and he's like, "Oh, F yeah," and he's like grabbing my stuff. Well, I needed this. Or the monsters just come start eating my body. There's a naked guy that you just see around. Is like Naked Man. That's what he's called, Naked Man. You just talk to him and he'll do a dance for you sometimes. He's crazy. He loves the overworld and he loves flesh. He loves eating it. And so what this is you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to do, and there's all these quests that you're getting as you go. Like, oh, go grab me this thing, and then it's down there, go grab it, and we can figure out what's wrong with you.
Flesh quests.
Yeah, flesh quests. Ugh, that should be the name of the episode. Flesh
quests.
Don't.
Jenna's like,
that's the reality dating show I want to watch. Flesh Quest.
Jenna was dead serious when she said don't do. She wasn't even joking. She was like, no, you won't get any
out of the episode or name that.
So you're going around, but it is an action game. So your combat is like live action combat. It's not.
I'm watching it. Looks hard. I watched this guy fight spiders. They looked like every hit he did 10% of their health at most, and they're mobs.
Everything hurts you a lot more than you hurt it. But like as you get better weapons, it gets better. But you have guns, but the ammo is sparse. So you are like, save your ammo. There's a lot of mechanics in this. Like there's a stealth mechanic that you can do, and like this ability you get, and you sneak up behind people, and you can like do a sneak attack from behind that does bonus damage, or you can pickpocket them. And like if they have ammo, like all the gun guys have ammo and they have a certain amount, you can steal some of it, so they can't shoot you as much. And then start attacking them.
I think that was a Fallout thing. You could pickpocket people, and then when they fought you, they didn't have ammo.
And the combat's hard. Even the basic guys are hard. They do a lot of damage. So what you do is you get your melee right, and then there's a dodge space. I'm playing with the mouse and keyboard.
Mhm.
And I was like halfway through, I was like, this probably should be using the controller for this, but it's too late now to like relearn all the buttons.
It looks really hard on mouse and keyboard, honestly.
It's not too bad if I'm being honest, because most of it's mouse, but like space bar is dodge.
Yeah, that's what would, I think, drive me crazy.
So you're just like, but you have stamina for your dodges. You can't just like roll around. You're
Mhm.
just like, you got a few rolls and a swing, and then you're like, got to be careful. So the combat's tough. It is a game where you are saving constantly. That's one good thing. You can save at any point.
Mhm.
And I'm doing it. I am saving after every single fight I get into because I'm gonna die on the next one probably, and I don't want to redo that fight I just won.
Yeah.
And so, which I've done a lot of times already. I forget to save it, and then I die, and I got to fight these guys again. I'm like, I didn't save it, and then I fight them again, and I forget to save it. It's a huge mess.
I like the names of the locations, like Festering Gorge.
Yes, it's very gross, like purposefully gross. Okay, all of this game is so much fun. It's very hard, but I'm not like frustrated with it because I'm like, I can win this fight. I just need to like get my timing down because it shows you when they're about to shoot, so you can just time your dodge. But when you're fighting 2 or 3 guys at once, it's like frantic, right? So you're like running around and dodging and then turn around and shoot. And every guy with a weapon, like you get that weapon. When they die, you get that weapon every time. There's crafting in it, and so you can craft a bunch of supplies using like the garbage you're picking up off the ground. It's for what it is. It's an early access indie game. It's surprisingly deep. There's not loads of mobs for an action adventure to game. There are not loads of mobs. Each map that you like, you go to a map and then you run around the map and then you go to a new place. Each map has like at most like 6 bad guys.
Yeah.
It's not a lot because they're hard. They're tough from the get-go. They're hard to beat. So this game, surprisingly, I am loving it. Like I said, I'm 2.5 hours in, and I am really into
this
it.
isn't very much like a games you played before, is it?
No, I mean yes and no.
Kind of Hades with like the rolling and
Like,
combat,
yes and no. It's the combat's harder. Do you remember that one game we both played for the Next Fest where it was a dual stick combat? You were like in this the world was like falling apart, and you had to like put the world back together. And the first guy you fought, like it was ranged, and you're aiming and dodging at the same time. I don't remember what the name of, but like I hated it. This seems like a better version of that. Like the combat is good.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's good.
Yeah.
And running around the world is interesting. There's enough stuff. It doesn't feel empty at all. There's like every corner you go to, there's going to be something you can get, a guy you can talk to, whatever. Like there's always stuff to do and stuff to go to. Meaning you like every map, you're like, I'm going to uncover the whole map because there's something to find.
I got to find all the goodies. And it's not randomly generated. These are all they've handcrafted all these maps.
Yeah, it's handcrafted, which is a slight complaint because you're like, okay, then the game knows exactly like what I'm building towards. So it doesn't feel like there's a lot of like selection, except for when your character creation, when you level up, there's tons of options for you to like put your stats into, which you don't get a ton of stats. It's not a ton of stat points. So I don't know how it does feel early access. Like it feels like there's a lot they can still do in a lot of places they can still take it. But I will tell you, this game, I bought it for $20. I am into it. Like I really, really, really enjoy playing it, even though I die nonstop. I've died more in this game than probably any other game for the amount of time I put into it. I played 2.5 hours. I bet I've died 30 times.
That's amazing.
I just die constantly. But there's the load time because the game is so small. Like it takes 5 seconds to download. There's nothing to it. Not running any processing power hardly at all. I die and I'm back into it 3 seconds later.
It's
nice.
Just
like you're dead. Here you go. You're back at the starting spot or wherever you saved
need
it
to
last.
be that. Yeah.
So, great game. Great recommendation from JD. The right amount of gore, difficult, and I'm playing on normal difficulty. There was 4 difficulty settings, 1 easier and 2 harder than what I'm playing.
Mhm.
I can't even imagine playing
Too
on the harder
harder.
ones.
Ugh. That's the end game stuff. You just
Yeah.
grind and suffer your way through.
Fantastic game. Honestly, like it's early access. So $20 does seem a tiny bit steep because for, like I said, like a 5-hour, you can blow through this game in 5 hours. However, I am pretty confident based on just what I've seen and the thought they've put into it and the amount of patches that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident they are going to
Because
add.
they're at 0.9, so they're almost their 1.0.
They're going to add some content to this game. It feels good. Nothing
Uh-huh.
about it felt janky. It didn't feel janky. It felt good. It played well. This is a buy. I would probably wait for a little sale because it does seem like it's not going to be huge, like a
Right.
huge game. So $20 seems a little steep, but honestly, 15. Like if it goes on sale for 15, you should buy this and play it. It's a fun game. So it's called the worst name ever, Death Trash.
It does go on sale regularly, but like Peterson says, it only drops down to $15. which
Yeah,
kinda
so
sucks.
that feels like the right price to me.
But
I'm being
having
honest.
played it, I mean, this is being made by 3 dudes.
Yeah.
3 people. So it's pretty dope.
It's well made, like
Worth
I said,
supporting kind of a thing.
for
I
what
guess.
it is and for the pixel graphics. Like they do a good job. Like you can tell what the world feels like. You can't always tell what everything is. There's like, here's this weird mechanical thing that you can go get some stuff from. You can loot. Like you don't even know what most of it is, but yeah, it's great. Great game. I can see myself just absolutely enjoying the rest of the playthrough. So thank you for giving me this one, JD, because yeah, this was perfectly exactly what I wanted.
So glad it worked out because I know neither of us wanted you to play something too gross that was going to turn your stomach.
I just didn't want to play a first person shooter. I really just don't want. I'm not in the mood at all.
Don't want it. All right, so that means we got to re-roll. Jenna, you are being railroaded in the dice selection.
This is why we invited you. Actually, we were like, we need a third for this dice roll. Jenna, get over here. You're playing a game.
Jenna, get
So
back here.
Jenna gets 1, 2, 3, 4. JD gets 5, and that's it. I think. No, give us assign our number. Oh wait, Are we doing the genre first?
No,
Us first.
actually,
Yeah, let's do the person first.
person first. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
who's what?
I will be 1, 2. Jenna can be 3, 4, and Peterson 5, 6.
5, 6. Yep,
Okay. It's a 1.
that's you, JD.
God damn it. I have played so many dice games. That's okay. Fae Farm at like 70 hours. I'm pushing up against. I'm 100%ing that game. I am
was gonna say
100%ing
the only
that game.
reason JD doesn't want to do this is because he can't stop playing Fae Farm.
I can't fucking. I want to get back to Zelda. I never beat Zelda, but Fae Farm just grab me, dude. Just grab me by the brainstem. So let's see.
By
what
the
we
chode
got.
sack. Isn't that what you said earlier?
Chode Bagley. All right. I don't even know why I say that. All right, let's go. Sex game. Come on, sex game. Give me that 19. It's a 5. Platformer.
Ah,
Virgin
How
game
I feel
only.
like vomiting.
dude, there's probably a sex platform game.
Okay, deal. Okay, so platformer is off
JD's only picking sex games from now on.
by default. And
Sex
Space.
Apocalypse 2 is out. I know you
What,
wanted to
Sex
go to that.
Apocalypse?
2.
All right.
Do you say what'd you say?
Sex
and-
Apocalypse?
And how much can you spend?
I'm working on that.
Oh,
It's a $40 platformer.
well.
And
We go
looks like we
high
got Space
end.
Game on the deck, though. So
Oh,
next time
that's the one we added.
we
Sweet.
roll a 5, that will add space. That's kind of cool.
JD's gonna get it. He's gonna play Mars game.
I'm gonna play a terraforming game. You damn well know it. All right. Okay. So did we put that on the dock? Let's see.
Yeah, I'll write it. You got it.
Platformer.
JD platformer, $40.
I hope it's good. I hope it's as good or better than Fae Farm. So
That's not gonna happen for a platformer. I was
pretty high bar. I just feel like
Just find one you like. That's the goal here.
I
Find
just need
one
to
you
find
like.
one that I like because I mean the games that are like Super Meat Boy, like the Super Challenge Celeste, where it's just like challenging platforming. I feel like that is the genre now. If you want it, if you're still
That's
playing
true.
platformers in 2023, it's because you like being punished and landing on tiny little pixel spot spaces. Okay, I'll find something good. I don't want to bitch. I'll be good. All right, that's it.
That's
We
it.
did the whole episode, all 90 minutes of it,
We did it.
all 100 minutes of it. You're welcome. You guys like it. You keep listening. Nothing we say can get you to stop listening. Statistically, some of you left years ago, but folks that are left
You'll
here,
be
you
back.
guys,
You'll be back.
You'll be back.
You're
You'll all be
always back.
You're always crawling back to our shitty scumcast. Okay, just play us out.
Rolls her eyes.
Shitty. That's what she calls it around here, the scumcast. I'm like, please stop referring to my hobby like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're scumcasting tonight? I'm like, well, I guess.
Why you guys say it like that?
I don't deserve that. To play us out, we have Unrailed, the first track. Get it?
Oh yeah, the music was so good.
The music is phenomenal in this game.
I can see.
I would
that.
listen to the whole soundtrack multiple times. Jenna Turner, she's like, I like this song. I like this song. And then she
Nice.
turned to me once and was like, this is my favorite song. This is the best. So yeah, the music is so good. This is the first track. Made me chuckle when I saw that was the track listing on
Real punny.
YouTube. Very punny. All right, I'm JD logging off.
This is Peterson going AFK.
This is Jenna. Boom diddly.
Boom diddly.
Boom diddly.
I changed your name to Boom Diddly.
I
dude.
saw that. I saw that. We gotta have both of them.